Hey everyone and welcome back. Now in the earlier video we had created our first database in RDS. Now in today's video we'll look into how we can connect to our database through the endpoint and the port that have been specified. Now there are various ways in which you can connect to the database. One is directly through the MySQL client in CLI. Now you can also make use of various other tools like MySQL Workbench, which is more of a GUI through which you can do things in a much more easier way. So in today's video we'll be using the MySQL client to connect to the database. So what we'll do is first we'll launch a EC2 instance. In EC2 instance we'll be installing the MySQL client, and through the MySQL client we'll be connecting to the database. So let's quickly do that. So I am in the North California region, in the same region where a database is available. Let's go ahead and launch our instance, which would be based on Amazon Linux 2. So let's quickly do a review and launch here, and I'll quickly go ahead and launch the instance. Great, so our instance is created. Let's go ahead and name it as MySQL client so that it is easier for us to refer to it. So let's do one thing. Since the state is in the pending, let's quickly wait for a moment here. Alright, so now our instance state is running, and one important thing that you have to ensure is the security group. So make sure that the security group has a port 22 that is open so that you can connect to the EC2 instance. Now again, you can either connect via the browser based method, or you can do it from MobiXterm or from Mac. So let's quickly go ahead and connect to the EC2 instance here. Great, let's quickly switch to the root user. And the first thing that we'll do is we'll be installing a MySQL client through which we'll be connecting to a database. So let's quickly do that. So I'll say yum y install MySQL. And that's about it. So when you do a MySQL over here, you get an error stating that cannot connect to the local MySQL server. So what your client is trying to do is it is trying to connect to the database which is running on the same EC2 instance. And since we do not have any database that is running, it is giving you an error. So what we have to do is we have to explicitly state to the MySQL client that our database is running on RDS and provide the endpoint URL. So let's try it out. So I'll say MySQL-h. Let's go to RDS, and this endpoint URL that you have received, let's copy this up and I'll paste it, followed by the user, which is admin, and let's specify -p, where you can go ahead and supply the password that you had used while creating the RDS instance. Now when I press enter, you see that nothing really is happening. We are not able to connect to our RDS instance. So let's look into why. So if you go to the RDS over here, there is one security group that is also attached to the RDS instance. This is very important. Similarly, on how a security group can be attached to EC2, in the same way, security group is also associated with RDS. So let's quickly open up the security group here, and within this security group, let me maximize this. So if you look into the inbound rule, you do not really have any inbound rule that allows this EC2 instance to connect. So let's go ahead and add one inbound rule over here. The port would be 3306, and here you can specify the IP address of the EC2 instance. Make sure that you put the private IP over here. Let me do that. So it is automatically giving a suggestion. You can either use this or you can manually type /32. Once done, you can go ahead and save the rule. Let's go back to the CLI. I press Ctrl+C, and let's go ahead and try again. So I'll add the password, and immediately now you see we are connected to the database. So when you run command like show databases, currently these are the databases that are available. Now you can make use of a SQL to go ahead and create the database, create the schema and so on. So for example, let's say create database first DB. So it will go ahead and create our first database called as first DB. And when you do a show databases, you see you have a database called as first DB that is available. Great. So I hope at a high level overview you understood on how you can connect to your database instance via the CLI. With this, we'll conclude today's video. I hope this video has been informative for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.